Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kay channel. This is Kay Kritiques. Okay, as you can tell by the title of today's video, we are doing a Savage Beauty review, and today we are rounding up the season. I am going to be reviewing both episode 5 and 6 and just talking a little bit about the series, but I thought I'd do a twist on it. I will be doing my makeup while we talk. I complained, I think a few months ago on my first ever vlog, which is the Cape Town vlog. I was talking about how the Rimmel foundation actually makes my skin look grayish, and my friend Natasha commented and she was like, try the Revlon foundation. So I thought, why not try it out? But while I'm trying it out, let me do something and let's talk about this dango series. Okay, let us get into this recap. I don't know where my mirror is because I've been moving and I haven't unpacked most of my stuff. So I'm just gonna be watching myself like this on my phone, which should be sufficient. It's almost like a mirror because I'm looking at myself. I'm very bad at doing my eyebrows and I don't know why I'm opting to do them while doing this review, but anyways, so it's just a little shading in. So then Zinhle convinces Upila that they should go to a warehouse party. She's not feeling well after the breakup that she had with Undu, blah 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 blah. But it was actually a trap and they were burning down the warehouse where they were storing their bleaching product. And this eyebrow is not looking good. And yeah, they were caught on camera in 4K. And now obviously the Bengo family has to do damage control. Kulube was kidnapped by Ubonga. Well, Bonga saved him and then held him captive, sort of. Oh no, my eyebrows are looking bad. But who cares? This is actually the foundation that I wanted to try. So then, I haven't even opened it. So then, they kidnap him and then they ask him to help them expose the Bengu family, blah blah blah. They guilt trip him. You've the only father we've ever known, blah blah blah. Please help us expose these people. We want revenge. Our sister passed on from liver cancer because of these products and whatever. So then Ukulube agrees because he actually realizes, you know what? Grace will never ever like me. I think I put on too much. But anyways, Grace will never ever love me. She loves Dawn and she's still looking out for Udon. And he agrees to help them. Linda is getting closer and closer to the truth. She's getting closer and closer to the truth, and she's actually onto Zinhle. Dawn and them find out that Ukulube wants to expose them and they unalive him. Undu wants to talk every 2 seconds, which bored the hell out of me. He's not, I probably shouldn't have put foundation under my eyes, but you know what? And then it's not looking good, hey? It's not looking good. But trust my process. So then, oh my gosh. Anyways, Ukulue is unalived in the end. And I was kind of mad at some of the no way, child, this makeup is a lot. At the end, some of the inconsistencies of what was actually going on in the episode, like Zinhle was running on gravel and their car was making so much noise, but they weren't caught. And I was so bored. Like I feel like this episode was so slow, and it was almost like it was a filler, basically. Like it was a filler episode, and I didn't really enjoy it. But yeah, it kind of catapults us into what is about to go on in episode. Oh my gosh, I look so ridiculous. It sort of catapults us into what will happen in episode 5 and 6. And I feel like I made the good decision by actually choosing to review both episode 5 and 6 together, because you cannot talk about one without the other. They sort of just mesh together and they tie everything up. I kind of messed up my gown, but let's not focus on that. So without any further ado, let us talk about episode 5. Actually, I watch a lot of Kenny JD videos, and she does like bad movies and a beat. So she talks about movies and stuff while she's doing her makeup. And I just realized, guys, I could not do this every week because I'm getting distracted, because I'm trying to do my makeup but at the same time talk, and I'm losing focus. Okay, that's looking good. I don't look grayish even on camera. Like, the episode begins with them going home. Bonga's like, let's stop this thing that we're doing. Let's give up. Zinhle's like, we're not giving up. He didn't see us. We'll find another plan. Blah 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 blah. And Ubongayana is like, let's just go to the police and tell them what we found. And Uzinhle's like, no, Don is a man with power. The docket might disappear and then he'll be after us, which is valid, and I understood where she was coming from, and I was with her. I was like, don't go to the police. And then Uzinhle comes up with the plan that, you know what, Don wants me, and I spoke about this in episode 4. Ugutu Don wanted her, and so she was like, okay, since he wants me, why don't I get closer to him and start dating him, and that way I'll try and get him to confess, blah 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 blah. Bonga is like, don't you dare do that. And Zinhle goes ahead and does it anyways, which was the funny thing to me, because it's like, Don, this is your son's ex. Why are you doing this? And then Undonge is like, I can't stay in this family, blah blah blah, I am leaving. Here. Zinhle, come with me, we'll go to East Africa, blah blah blah. Because Zinhle knows what she's here for. She's like, ooh, I put too much. She's like, I am not going anywhere with you. Which I understand, even if they were still in love and in a relationship and she wasn't here for revenge, I wouldn't have wanted her to go, because he has money, he's independent. I'm not leaving my job, because her job is being the face of Bengal Beauty. So she would be leaving her livelihood for this guy, right? Who comes from a rich family. He has backup, and as much as his family might have like cut him off, if he comes back, he's going to be welcomed into the family. But what about her? What will she have outside of this, right? She forfeits a car, she forfeits a job, she forfeits propelling her modeling career, because after this, like in a year or so, she would have been kicked out, and then a new face of Bengal Beauty. But that her being the face of Bengal Beauty could have launched like her modeling career or something like that. Aige Uzinhle gets close to Dawn. Grace doesn't want that, tries to drown her, tries to unalive her by dropping her on the, what is this thing? The forklift thing. while they're doing a shoot. So she almost DIES, right? I can't really say the words a lot because that will be flagged. Bonga decides, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to Uzinhle. I am going to the police, ask his boss, because he is a security guard. He asked his boss, like, is there a police who's not corrupt? I need someone that I can trust because I need to report a case, blah, 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 blah. Reports that, hey, Udon Bengu did this, did that. On this side, Ulinda is busy trying to contact everybody who was at the garden party to see if anybody, not garden party, sorry, emerald party, to see if anybody saw anything suspicious, right? And then in the end, she finally meets up with that other lady, and they think, oh, Uzandi, that other lady who actually took the video of her and Tando together. They want to question them, and Uzandi gives them a name of Ubonga. Ubonga is the guy who actually hired me to take that video. And then after that, Uzinhle and Don decide they're gonna get married because Don wants to have SEX with Uzinhle, but Uzinhle like, no, I'm not that type of girl, blah 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 blah. So Udon is like, you know what, I will have to just marry you as quick as we can, and this will also help with the scandal. What else happened that was of interest? Oh, we find out that Utando didn't actually miscarry. Grace is the one who actually took her baby's life by giving her this other drink of tea. Guys, I can't contour Ngenzanje what feels right in my spirit. Dawn decides to kick her out. Pila goes with her. Grace obviously is not going to take that lying down. She goes to the partners saying that, hey, Udon has this mental illness. I can't hide this anymore. I'm tired of keeping my husband's secret. Blah, 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 blah. That police guy is actually corrupt. Shocker, spoiler. I actually knew that. And I was kind of angry at Ubonga for going to the police, but he deserves it at the end, like, because Zinhle kind of told you not to do that, and when you went ahead and did that. So then, in the end, Udon unalived him. But it was an accident, shame. He didn't mean to unalive him. He was about to bribe him, blah, blah, blah. I put too much blush, but you know what? You can never have too much blush. Let me actually put some here. And this actually brings us back to the point of where we started. How Savage Beauty started was Uzinhle literally washing blood off of herself, and we were like, whose blood is this? It was actually Bonga's blood after what had happened. Ulinda tries to warn Dawn that Zinhle is concocting to do something bad to you, blah 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 blah. But Dawn is not hearing it. She's like, it's bigger than you and me and Zinhle and whatever. This is about what me and Grace did. Grace gains control of the company, and the day of the wedding is getting closer, let me tell you. Zinhle literally tries to take Dawn to Isangoma and ask Isangoma to lie to her, to Dawn, and say abaphansi bathi confessa ukuthi when you killed children in a fire, blah 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 blah. But Dawn is like, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. In the end, he asked Usimpiwe, the other lady we saw after he had a heart attack, Owamlethela umuthi. the one who brought him medicine for the heart attack, blah blah blah, to strengthen him. And she gives him medication and says, there's a spirit of revenge out for you, and unless it reveals itself, I can't help you because it's protected by pure souls, blah blah blah. And then Dawn is like, I will pay you. What am I doing? I will pay you handsomely, just help me out. Zinhle comes with the concoction and tries to drug Dawn basically, so that he's weak, and he must confess in order for her to take her to the hospital. Dawn ends up dying, but he wasn't really dead, which I already knew. How can they kill the main character? As Zinhle is about to dispose of the body and she's leaving, Undumiso is coming back and blocked her out of the freeway. And then in the end, what happens? Dawn wakes up in the boot. And that's how the season ended. Like, what more must I say about how the series ended? Like, guys, let me tell you something. Like, I was so bored. I was just watching it just so that I could finish and review it and get it over and done with. Like, Uguti, I finished it, but I sort of knew where this was going. In the end, I've been wanting Zinhle and them and Bonga to get caught, and they didn't get caught. Basically, like, they weren't really caught. She revealed herself, and in the end, I was kind of happy that at least maybe Zinhle is gonna get like the truth that she deserved. But at the same time, I just knew that it can't be that easy. I actually can't wait to see what happens in season 2, episode 1. How is Zinhle gonna get out of this? What will Undumiso do when he finds out? Because Dawn is gonna be banging like, hey, get me out of here. And then Du obviously is gonna be asking, hey, but what's going on? Like, why do you have my dad in the boot, and why are you engaged to my dad? I came back for you, I love you, why are you marrying my dad? Blah 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 blah. And he is gonna probably not help her. I have a feeling that's gonna be the plot twist. He's not gonna help her. He's actually gonna turn his back on her and be like, you are actually using me to get revenge. You didn't really love me. Family comes first, blah 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 blah. And they're probably gonna delete the video. Let's just talk about the series. The series is good. I like the plot. I just wish it was a bit shorter. I feel like some of the stuff that happened in episode 4 didn't really need to happen because it was literally useless. Linda finding out that Bonga is the one who hired Zandi, useless. Tried to warn Dawn didn't listen. So what was the whole point of all those scenes? Thando, us finding out that her child passed because of Grace. Didn't forgive Grace when Grace came to apologize. So useless. Let me tell you guys, I really did try. I really did try to have that enthusiasm and to have that funk or that spunk to be able to review these last 2 episodes, but I didn't because I was so bored. I actually wish that Dawn and Zinhle would have gotten a bit of backlash because firstly, you're dating your employee and you want to marry her. Secondly, she's so much younger than you. Thirdly, she was dating your son. I wish that it didn't work as a publicity stunt because I don't know how him having a wedding would have worked as a publicity stunt. And I also just don't like what he was doing to Grace. Guys, Dawn is, as I keep saying, the most horrible human being. And I kind of did wish that I would have hoped that Grace realized that she should have just left him while she could have, because in the end Dawn was just using her and didn't really love her. All main characters usually have their Achilles heel, their fatal flaw, but at that point she had ruined Dawn as much as she could have. And I think that's another lesson that we did learn from the show, is that sometimes you just need to learn how to quit. So I feel like she shouldn't have done what she did. Bonga, in the end, you kind of sort of deserved it, because we told you, Zinhle told you not to go to the police, and you did. I don't know why Ndu came back. Like, you left for 3 days. You said you were going to Western Africa. Why are you back here? They were able to show us the past and also the present in such a way that just blends together. Like, when Zinhle would have flashbacks, it would give us a little bit more insight on what they went through in order for this company to be built, because they are the people who this product was being tested on, the test dummies, and the bleaching products that actually formed Bengu Beauty, the beauty side, which is the legal side of things. So just to see what they went through in order for these people to get wealth. And the way they showed it, like, if Dawn would touch Zinhle or Grace would touch Zinhle, then it will show us like what this particular person did to them, and Ukulube as well. You know how in an abusive relationship, like, the guy will either talk to you badly, beat you, and do things to you, then the next day he buys you flowers. That was sort of that. And for them to have that as in their formative years, in their young years, having that as the only relationship that they've ever known, like the only parental guidance or the parental bond that they had, where someone one day does something bad to you, then the next day they try to treat you nicely, it also just shows Wuti, like, how that can actually help and build. I hope in season 2 the revenge plot stops, and maybe they try and move in a way of are they going to face the consequences of their actions, or Grace nor Dawn, for what they did? Are they going to actually face the music of what they did to these young kids? I really hope that they do, and that it is a lesson that teaches us that as much as somebody can do something bad, it always catches up to you at some point. It's probably not going to happen like that. They're probably going to delete that footage, but I really do hope that it turns out like that. I really do wish that maybe it would have been 10 episodes, but be a limited series. Like, I feel like we don't really need a season 2. Even if Savage Beauty never airs ever again, I would be happy with how it ended. In the end, we can speculate and be like, oh, Zinhle would have gotten away with it. No, Dawn would have gotten away with it. Everybody can come up with their own conclusion, and that be that. But to have another season and they're just gonna keep flogging a dead horse, because I don't see how they can have another season out of this. Like, what is gonna be in season 2 other than that first episode where dude's like, what's going on, what's happening? What else could they possibly make a story about? I would rewatch Savage Beauty. It is that series that I would rewatch again. It was nice. It had some funny points. It had your South African music. It had a great plot. It had amazing actresses. And now I feel like I would watch it again, just to watch it as a normal person and not watching it to review it or critique it. I would just watch it for the fun of it. So yeah, that is my review of Savage Beauty season 1. It was a great season. Not really excited for season 2, but you know what? Bring it on, Netflix. We're ready. Hopefully they blow my mind. Hopefully they do surprise me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it was boring, because I really did bore myself. Let me know what you think of the makeup look. I actually think it looks nice. And this foundation, I actually didn't trust it in the beginning. I didn't think that it would match my skin, but it matches it nicely. Like, look at that. And then look at that. Please do comment down below what you thought of the season. If you watched it, did you enjoy it? Do you have different views? What are your theories for season 2? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Click that notification bell so that you're notified every single time I post a new video. And I will see you guys when I'm reviewing The Wife, because The Wife is coming back on the 10th of November.